There is a massive problem with most of our clothing, and basically no one is talking about it. The problem is, once you see it, you can't really unsee it. Let me fill you in. So maybe you already know that 69% of our clothing today is made from synthetic materials like polyester and nylon, which is plastic. Or that a load of laundry can release more than 700,000 microplastic fibers into the environment. But that's not the blind spot. The color is. Even though humans have used plants to dye textiles for thousands of years, the different coloring agents we use to give our clothing the vibrant colors we know today is almost always synthetic and based on fossil fuels. And that also goes for the dyes used for natural materials like cotton or linen. During the dyeing process, roughly 20% of that dye doesn't even stay on the fabric. It ends up in wastewater, polluting rivers and ecosystems. These chemical dyes create a barrier on top of the water surface so that sunlight cannot get in, cannot penetrate the water and go to the bottom, and there plants can make photosynthesis, and then the ecosystem dies. Globally, we're using more than 10 million tons of dye every year, and this isn't just bad news for the environment. When the dye comes into contact with our skin, it can react in unpredictable ways, leading to everything from skin irritation to, in worst cases, cancer. But here's the good part, you can actually do something about it. More than 80% of all dyes used globally are fully synthetic, made from petrochemicals, and only a tiny percentage is fully derived from plants, which means that it can be really difficult for consumers to come by textiles that are dyed without fossil fuels. But one of the companies that has opted for completely plant dyes is Aizome. When I heard about Aizome, the switch was a no-brainer, because as it is with many things related to environmentalism, once you know, you can't really unknow. Now I see fossil fuel derived chemical dyes in all my textiles. But am I throwing out all my secondhand and vintage sheets and replacing them all? No. I'm building a good base of pre-loved fabrics, as well as looking for textiles dyed with natural dyes when I'm buying from new, because the more we know.